Hey guys, welcome back to the tutorials. Where in this tutorial we're going to learn how to create a box and unwrap it so we can texture it later on. Okay, we're going to create a box now. So click on box up here in the create tab, click on box and click with your mouse and drag to whatever size you want your box. Then let go and then it should raise and then click to finalize your object. Now we're going to change the name and colour of this box. So we're going to create a crate, which you often see in games. I don't see any games without crates in. They're also the easiest things to make. Okay, we're going to go over here where it says name and colour. We're going to change this from box 01 and we're just going to write crate. We're also going to change the colour of it. Double click and just change the colour of it to whatever you find looking at the model easiest in. I like to find it dark green, lime green is best. Okay, now as you've seen tutorials, you know how to move around the scene, how to just navigate the scene. Okay, we're now going to unwrap this box. Unwrapping is a term that 3ds Max users use where it unwraps this model so it's in a 2D perspective and we can texture it. You'll see later on in the video how this is done. Okay, we're now going to unwrap this box so we can texture it. We go up to here and we click modify. Once we're on the modify, we now have how many polys we want in this box. We can have, let's put this to 5. We can have 5 length segs. So that means we'll have 5 length polygons. Now I'll show you a major thing that people usually do when they first come on. We cannot see the polygons in our cube right now. We need to go up here to smooth and highlights. We need to click on this and we need to go edged faces. This will allow us to see every polygon that is in our cube or our crate. We can now put the width set up to 5 as well, just to show you what it's like. So now this is quite a high polygon crate. If we put also the height segments up to 5, this becomes a quite high polygon crate, especially for a crate. We can change this. We can make this just 1. Let's go ahead and change all the parameters back to 1 again. Once it's back to 1, this is our perfect crate. This is what you would probably see in games. Now, we're going to add an unwrap UVW to this crate, so we can get a flat surface. We click on this modifier list, we click the down arrow, and then we press U. Press U on your keyboard, and it will jump straight to unwrap UVW. You can click down on it, and then see unwrap UVW here, in the dark blue. We'll click on that. It will now add a modifier to our crate. This in this list here is what modifiers are on this crate, applied to this crate. So as you can see, we have box and unwrap UVW. We can click on the box and just change how many polygons are in it later on. But first we're going to go to unwrap UVW. As you can see, mine is 2 bars here, where some may only have 1. You can just drag and drop to wherever you want the parameters to be. So you can drag and drop them here, or you can drag and drop them up there. So I'm going to leave mine there because that's how I like it. Okay, as you see, there's a plus sign next to this unwrap UVW. We're going to click on that now, and it'll bring up vertex, edge, or face. We're going to click on unwrap UVW, and now we're actually going to go on edit. See up here, it says edit. We're going to click on this, and it should bring up a new pane, a new window. We're going to zoom out using your scroll, and you should have this checkered pattern behind. You can actually disable this by clicking checker pattern, remove texture, and you can actually just see your basic grid. Now, what we're going to do, as you can see, we only have one side, but this is actually all the sides on top of each other. We don't want this because we want all sides to be different. Okay, so now we're going to go on face selection. This will enable us to choose one face each. So we can just texture one face, then texture a different face, then texture a different face. So, how do we do this? We're going to go to these selection modes down here. At the moment it's in vertex, so these will only select the vertices of your object. We are on face, so we're going to click this one here, face sub-object mode, and then we're going to select drag and select all the faces. So now you can see all of this is selected. All the faces are selected in the poly. So now we go to mapping, flatten mapping. This will flatten the 3D object. Okay. So now we have 6 cubes. They should all be the same size of what sizes the cubes are in relating to 3D space. Now this is what we're going to use to Photoshop. We're going to actually just draw the Photoshop textures on right here, but not in 3ds Max. So we need to get this template out to Photoshop. Now a little hint, well a big hint actually, this blue line here is where your texture map is going to fit and where it's going to render. This is literally your render view in your texture port. So nothing can be outside here or it will not get rendered and we will not see it in the 3ds in the Photoshop layout. So we want to get these cubes and this pattern out to Photoshop so we can see what we're texturing and what faces. So we go Tools, we're going to scroll down and we're going to go Render UVW Template. Click on this and you can change it to whatever you want. Remember, all games are in the power of 2. It should automatically be, if this is your first time on Max, it should automatically be these settings. You're going to Render UV Template. Click on Render UV Template and you should get a box like this. Don't be worried if you can't see lines. It's because it's actually rendering out at 1024 by 1024. If you zoom in, you can see all your lines are there. So, we want to save this and get it into Photoshop. Click Save Image, click down, save it as PNG, if I can find it, and we're just going to save it, I'm just going to save it on my desktop just for now. So, we're just going to save it as tutorial, create. Always remember to save your things so you know how to find them and where to find them later. Click Save. It's going to bring up this PNG configuration. We just want 24-bit at the moment. We don't want interlaced. We want alpha channel checked. Click OK. This was now saved. We can close this. We can close this. And we can just minimize this window because we'll be coming back to it later. We're going to minimize Max now. And we're going to load up Photoshop. Once Photoshop is loaded up, we can now click on File, Open, and now navigate to where my Create UV is. So we all know that our Create UV is actually on our front page. See, I've found mine. You can navigate to where yours is. Click on Tutorial Create. Well, at the moment, I'm going to leave it there. And you should be able to find the next tutorial showing you how to texture these and how to put them back onto your 3D model and have all your textures viewing there. Thanks for watching. This is John with XYZ Tutorials.